ça va l'internet? Welcome back to NationWars 3. Joining me on this side is Funkadelic, and joining me on this side is Le Dodd. Welcome back to another NationWars 3 broadcast. Todd, did you sleep well last night?
I did, yeah, and yesterday was really fun as well. I'm looking forward to more good games here today, and a lot of fun with you guys, a lot of shouting. We need to try to outdo Funka a little bit more. Yeah, I think
you had
today,
fun. You had too much fun yesterday, almost.
Do you have it in yourself though to actually scream you?
No,
I don't know that you can.
I tried yesterday with the GG and I ended up coughing and almost strangled myself. Everyone saw it.
I will explain how to manage that kind of stuff.
You're going to do some more today. A lot of the internet had a lot of positive responses about your broadcast and commentary yesterday, Funka. Cool. You were the golden star of the show yesterday, when it comes to the broadcast at least.
I don't know. I don't know about that, but still, like that makes me kind of happy.
The transition from observer through to caster. What's next?
It's a long path.
What's next? Hosting?
Project manager.
Maybe on stage?
Well, product manager, probably. We'll
product
see.
manager?
Yeah.
What are you going to product manage?
Like a
WCS. Your time?
WCS.
No, but yeah, yesterday was amazing, though. I mean, we had so many great games yesterday. We got really lucky. Just for a qualification day.
Yep.
To think about that is actually pretty cool. When we actually will be getting into the heart of things, the round of 16, imagine the quality of games we're gonna see.
Yeah, it's kind of continuing to be awesome and awesome and awesome. Highlight from yesterday before we move on, Todd. What was the best thing that you saw?
I think it was pretty cool to see Bly finally delivering with his 4-0 after failing initially and doing the reverse soul kill. We always talk about, on one hand, you always want to be like, they're kind of done and they're in trouble, but at the same time, you always have to mention that it's possible to do a reverse soul kill, even though it's very unlikely, and it happened, and I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, it was a super cool day, and hopefully we get some more good stuff today. But before we look at what we have ahead of ourselves today, me and Todd took some time yesterday to present to you NationWars 3. Hello everybody, we're your English broadcast team for NationWars 3. My name is Apollo, and joining me on this couch is Todd.
It's an absolute pleasure to be here, Apollo. Funka will be joining us as well later on to cast in English, and it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to casting with Funka a little bit later on, but let's talk a little bit about the format of NationWars 3. It's a 16-country tournament. Every single game is best of 7 until we get to the grand finals, which then will become a best of 9. And some of you should know this because you voted in. The players that represent their countries were through public voting, and we have 3 players to represent each country, as well as a single substitute if one of them cannot make it. But let's look at the nitty-gritty part of this tournament. Right now, as we stand, there are 12 countries that are invited in and ready to play in the main tournament, which leaves us with 4 slots which are open through qualifications.
And for these qualifications, we had 18 teams sign up for trying to qualify here for the main tournament, and they're going to be battling it out in the next 4 days to find out which lucky 4 make it to the main tournament.
And the main tournament then becomes very simple GSL-style group stages. So we have 16 countries spread across 4 groups, 4 countries in each group, with the top 2 advancing to the quarterfinals, which then becomes a single elimination bracket as we look for the top 4.
And the top 4 will actually be played here in Paris at a very prestigious venue to be announced later this Sunday.
And the tournament starts today. It's the 19th of November through to the 23rd. We'll be looking for 4 countries to enter the main tournament. Groups A and Group B will be then played in December, on December the 3rd through to December the 6th. And then Group C and Group D will be on the 10th through to the 13th of December before we head into the new year.
And what better way to start the year than with a bang with some Starcraft 2 on the 2nd and 3rd of January. That's when the round of 8 will be taking place. That will still be online. And then on the 13th, that's when the live action here in Paris will begin.
And that's where the fun really happens at the live venue, because NationWars 1 and NationWars 2 were absolutely fantastic. And we're very excited to be a part of this. NationWars has something special to hold within the StarCraft community. I know all of you watching this enjoy it, and we're very excited to be a part of it.
It's a very unique tournament, which I really wonder why it took so long for somebody to finally do it. So I'm really happy that O-Gaming stepped up, and it's one of my favorite tournaments, I have to admit. So I'm really looking forward to those games and to seeing which country is the best.
All right, it's time to find out which nation is the best in StarCraft 2.
GG!
I hope you now understand the tournament format for Nation Wars 3. A simple format to follow, and I think that video has explained it better than we ever could do live.
That was an amazing video.
And happy with
It
your
was a
cameo
one-shot too.
appearance.
Like it was a one-shot too. You did it right
The
off the
best
bat.
part was the zoom in on
After
Todd's
the edit,
face.
he was one shot. Yeah.
The zoom-ins on Todd's face were great too.
Yes, I actually called for them.
The last part, the surprise GG was pretty epic
Yeah.
as well.
Funker out of nowhere.
Yeah.
The best part of that video was you just waiting behind the couch for the entire video
Yep.
just to
For
pop up to say
45
GG.
minutes.
Exactly. That's called passion, guys.
It was passion.
Yes.
But that video, of course, was a highlight of the entire tournament format. We've already got one nation that was qualified, and yesterday the Ukraine went through and are now into the main tournament, which means we have 13 nations ready to play in O Gaming's Nation Wars 3. And if you are tuning in today and missed yesterday, let's take a closer look at what you missed.
Before the games today, I was expecting a USA and Ukraine finals for sure.
Honnêtement, je m'attendais à une Ukraine qui passerait la soirée, qui se qualifierait pour la suite des NationWars face aux USA. Donc au niveau des pronos, ça allait.
Premier BO7 où on a vraiment de la surprise, où on arrive au 4-3, où il y a un revive, donc Lace qui est utilisé des deux côtés.
The game turned out to be a lot different than I anticipated, with Rainer opening with 3 kills.
Ça a ouvert par Demonizer contre Nathanias, donc on a pu voir le grand Nat en action et il a gagné en TVT, donc de très belle manière, c'était très très propre.
State carried this team through victory while beating every single person in the Venezuelan lineup.
Pour moi, le top move, c'est un move de State qui lamine complètement l'armée de Thunder, donc c'est dans la 4e game. Et avec 2 tiers de disrupteurs, où il en fait un premier qui génère le blink et le deuxième qui va accueillir tous les stalkers. Et là, la pop qui chute de 32 pop direct, donc, et qui signe la fin du match. Donc je pense que ouais, c'est ce move-là que je retiendrai.
The MVP move today for me was definitely Nathanias with his dropships when he did the catch of the 3 medivacs that when I was casting, I went crazy about it. Nathanias at the play of the day was the MVP for me.
Where he actually loaded up a medivac to chase down the opposite's medivac onto the island and took out 3 medivacs, 3 opposite medivacs full with tanks and marines, and actually won the game with that move. That was definitely the best move out of this match.
Le best move de la game, je dirais que c'est rencontre Bly contre Vinny, Vidi, Vince. On a un moment où on est sur la rampe. Et c'est très intéressant parce que Bly arrive avec ses Zerglings, il monte un petit Zergling en haut pour voir ce qu'il attend et il voit qu'il y a un petit pack de Zerglings, à peu près le même nombre que le sien et 2 banlings. Il va avoir le temps de redescendre, de remonter un Zergling pour choper un banling, pour choper le deuxième banling et derrière quand il va attaquer avec ses Zerglings, il va réussir à prendre une configuration de fight qui va lui être favorable. Donc en gros il va arriver avec moins d'unités et il va être capable de faire du dégât.
Casse contre Puck aussi. Sur chantier orbital où il y a des disrupteurs qui pètent dans tous les sens et à la fin il y a 49 kills pour un seul disrupteur. Donc voilà, c'était juste une soirée de dingue. On a eu des moves absolument extraordinaires. Si vous les avez pas vus, allez regarder les replays. Nous, on s'est enflammés.
Yesterday was indeed a crazy day, and I'm sure that today is going to get even better. We can take a look at the brackets just so you can see the scores and results from yesterday, and also what lies ahead for us here today. Yesterday we started with Ukraine versus Italy, and a crazy match that we saw Italy put up a good fight, Todd.
Absolutely, yeah. They opened with a bang, and Rainer, we were hyping him up before the match, but I don't think too many people seriously thought that he would come this close to basically all killing Ukraine, which again, to a lot of people, was the heavy favorite heading into this group.
Yeah, absolutely. And the US did very, very well against Venezuela, and then went into the final game, which was one of the most epic games, or is the most epic game of Nation Wars 3, back and forth Funker. It was 1 win to Ukraine, 1 win to US, Ukraine, US, and it went down to the rubber match, the ace match.
Yeah, it was such a tense match in general. I mean, every single player played like their hearts out, and you could actually tell they really wanted that. They really wanted to qualify for the next stage, and they did it in a really great way, in my opinion. It was a great match to actually cast. So I'm really happy about how yesterday went down. And Ukraine qualifying, I mean, we anticipated it, but it was so hard for them to actually get there. And I mean, first great day.
Hopefully they can continue to perform in the main tournament. Three more days of qualification, though, starting with today, where we move to the right-hand side of this graphic, where we have Canada, Belgium, Brazil, and Switzerland playing against each other. And then over the next couple of days, we have the other two brackets to go. But today is a pretty awesome day, Todd, with a fantastic team that's performed well in previous Nation Wars and are almost headlining today's games.
Yeah, I think so as well. Everybody's looking at Canada, this team that has a lot of potential in this tournament, not just to qualify here, but even to do well in the whole thing. The thing is, we've seen yesterday how close it can come for those teams that are pinned as the favorites to maybe get eliminated here in these great qualifiers, because they are pretty tough. So Desro, Huck, and Scarlett here in this case are going to have to be on their A game, much like Desro in this selfie right there, this elevator selfie with the dress shirt that we're seeing.
He looks great, he does look great, but that's a star-studded lineup.
That's a really great lineup, and as Todd said, I think the format makes it for upset to happen. So we definitely can't say right now that Canada is going to be qualifying, but still, it's an amazing lineup. But if you didn't follow NationWars 2, that was the same lineup for Canada in NationWars 2, and they went in the round of 8, and they actually lost to Mexico, who was in the end the runner-up for NationWars 2. So obviously the level wasn't that bad for Mexico, but still Canada can lose. They can get taken out by cheese and stuff like that. Scarlett lost really early in her in the match in NationWars 2 against Canada against the Turax, if I remember correctly. So they need to play really safe and take into account they're the favorites. They need to be playing safe. They need to be playing at their best level. And I would say there is like two questions that we can't really answer right now: is how good Desro is in Legacy of the Void, and what about Scarlett? Have you seen Scarlett play in like a couple of weeks? I didn't really see her play.
Scarlett does a very good job of kind of flying under the radar, but then for such an important tournament, if she's practicing, she can be one of the absolute best players, not just outside of Korea, but even in the world, when she was, I guess, at the top in her prime. So it's going to be interesting to see if she practices and how well she can play. As for Huck, though, is maybe one of the players that has the most experience in Legacy of the Void. Won tournaments in Archon mode with MC, and he's doing pretty well. So it's going to be really cool to see them in action.
And they're going to be going up against Belgium to start the day off. And Belgium, obviously not quite as experienced as Canada are, but okay, let's just stop right now.
That picture.
Let's just stop right now. That picture.
What does he teach?
He's a great teacher.
Is he rolled in a blanket?
He's not teaching. He's not teaching. What's his race?
You can
actually?
imagine. You can imagine
his
his Tinder profile. It's like, I can teach you everything.
Apparently, he cannot teach TVP because he's got 14% win ratio. But maybe TVZ, I don't know, 69. That's actually a pretty cool number. Now, in general, the Belgian team, we don't really know that much about them. The only player that seems really good is Armax. But the question is, can he, can he reach Scarlett's or Huck's level?
I mean, Todd, you know a little bit about these players on the right-hand side. Maybe not so much a great teacher, but Ares and Armax, you've seen play before.
Yeah, I mean, they are players that don't play that many tournaments, that are not at the front of the scene, not in the headlights, but they do play a bunch of tournaments there. They're doing pretty well on the ladder. A lot of the time they're Grandmaster. And they play in, I guess, French tournaments, sometimes So Gaming, So Underdogs, and all that. And they do okay in it, as far as I know. I don't think they go as far as winning it, because usually that's mostly guys like Lilbo, Marino, all these guys. But they are definitely guys with potential who, much like Rainer yesterday, are going to have a great chance to shine here today.
Exactly. Once again, the format. The format is so important for this. You're playing a best of one against a guy that you probably never faced before. So you don't really know what to expect, and you can lose your turn and actually put your team in a bad position if you lose straight away against a guy like Ares or Great Teacher, because you don't know anything about them, and they're going to try everything because the tournament actually means something to them.
Yeah, and a good variety, Terran Zerg and Protoss as well on the Belgian team. What are your thoughts then when it comes to predictions? I know we've been tracking them so far, and I think we've been doing quite okay with them. Especially yesterday, I think, apart from, I think you got all three right?
I got all matches results right, but the scores, no. But the last game I had 4-3 for Ukraine. I was really happy with
I
that.
had that too.
We
did
did.
too, but you
did
had 4-3 for the US.
So?
That's
After
okay,
BlizzCon, did you really think I can make some predictions right?
No. Here's the predictions for today, though. Canada versus Belgium, a complete whitewash when it comes to who we think's going to win, and we've all gone for Canada. Some more brutal with the results than the others. Me and Yogo
Yoko
probably going to be right.
0.
But where's yours? Yours is 4-1.
Todd is 4-1
Okay,
and I'm 4-1.
you've copied each other.
Yeah, exactly. We're the French casters on the English broadcast. We need to do exactly
You
the
just
same
stick
thing.
together.
Exactly.
I think it sounds like reasonable. I mean, Canada is the heavy favorite, but then you have Armax, who's pretty good on the Belgian team and who definitely has potential to at least beat Desro.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's how I see it too.
Yeah.
That's how I see it too.
It's like a
it's not as
repeat
bad
of
as
the
Nathaniel's joke.
Here we go
I
again.
say 4-1 because Desro is going to lose. But that was actually the way I thought about it. I think Desro can basically beat anybody from the Belgian team apart from Armax. So if he happens to be the first player to be sent out by Canada, he's going to lose eventually, and then maybe Scarlet or Hark will finish the job.
I'm very excited for these games, but we're almost ready to begin. Of course, team captains will be selecting who will be starting up. We'll have a quick interview with them. But before we get into that, the prize pool is something to talk about again. NationWars 3 started with $15,000 in the prize pool, but there's something a little bit special about NationWars 3. If you weren't following the broadcast yesterday, for every donation that you guys at home make on the English stream or on the French stream, 40% of that will go to the prize pool, and it's already been tallied up to an additional $700.
Yeah.
$700 additional, thanks to you guys at home. And
$702.
sorry, there's that guy who donated like $5 and I'm taking his $2 away, so sorry about that. $702 additional dollars, and of course if you continue to donate through today, tomorrow and the next day and through the rest of the tournament, it will continue to boost the prize pool for these players, which is a pretty awesome thing about NationWars.
Yeah, well, I actually like it. I'm going to repeat myself from yesterday, but NationWars is... ever since the beginning and the idea of the tournament has to be something that is linked to the community. You select your players, you follow the cast, you follow the broadcast, you actually interact with us via tweets and stuff like that. Yes,
totally gonna
yes,
say.
I was totally saying that. But you can also, like, if you wanted to make it extra special and you want those players to actually be a little more and more interested in whatever is happening in tournament, you can actually do something about the prize pool, which is a good feature in my opinion.
And it's good to see it continue to increase, and hopefully it can get a lot more as well, since there is still a long way of NationWars to go. I mean, we haven't even entered the main tournament yet. We're still in the qualification stages, but we're almost ready for the captain interviews. It's Desro is going to be the captain for Canada, and the other side it is Armax, who is the captain for Belgium. So.
Sounds good.
Solid picks.
It's solid picks. Solid picks. I think Desro can definitely be a good captain, you know?
Yeah.
My man, you know, like really hyping up everything, and that's what he does in general.
He is the boss. But here is the seeding for the main tournament, or at least should I say the countries that have already been invited. You have 12 that have been invited, 4 top seeds. You've got Norway, the 2-time champions of NationWars, Season 1 and Season 2. Mexico were top 2 last time. Korea's just the best nation in the world in Starcraft, so they're in Seed 1. And France, of course, who have done so well, time after time after time. Don't look at me like with that grin on your face.
I thought you were about to say a joke or something.
I was being honest, and then you smiled at me. Seed 2 is all the nations with the highest WCS player points through last year.
Exactly.
Or through this year, should I say, 2015. And then Seed 3 comes from the qualifiers. So we had Ukraine yesterday and 3 more slots until we get our top 16, which is going to be sexy when we finally get there.
It will be really sexy. I'm really looking forward to it. I want to see what the tournament is going to be looking like at that stage with the 16 top teams in the entire world for StarCraft 2.
Yeah.
I like the idea that we're getting closer and closer to actually get that situation of 16 best teams competing against each other in a group stage GSL style, as you said earlier in that amazing video. I mean, it's for me one of the best tournaments, and every time I get involved with it, whether I cast it or observe it or anything, I'm really happy to be a part of this, and I'm really happy to have you here.
Oh, thank you.
I didn't say it enough. I didn't say it enough.
Happy to be here in Paris with you guys at O Gaming, having a lot of fun already.
You ate a jambon beurre today?
I went to Paul for a baguette and a chocolate croissant. And a chocolate eclair.
Oh, eclair! Whoa.
Yeah, I had an eclair too. It was very nice. It was oozing of chocolate goo. I thought it was meant to be like white, the white foamy cream. You know?
Nope. Depends.
Spray cream.
No.
But it was
Depends.
chocolate.
It's chocolate.
It was
Chocolate
nice.
inside.
It was
You
nice.
can actually have café éclair. Éclair au café. With
Coffee.
Coffee. So it's like a
Nice.
sugary something,
Yeah.
coffee thingy on the top, and
Yeah.
inside, same. It's really good. With
I've
coffee
been
inside.
trying to eat and drink a lot of French stuff while I'm here. I haven't had enough. I've been drinking a lot of espressos.
Did you
That's
get a
what you guys do.
double espresso?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
With it, I got a double espresso.
No, because to be honest, I wasn't with you today, and
No.
I wasn't sure if you could actually get yourself an espresso.
Well,
I was
did.
really sad
Absolutely.
thinking about that.
Absolutely, I did. And the funny thing is Todd, who's now disappeared, he was sitting here getting ready for the captain interviews. He's going to be conducting that in a couple of minutes, looking around the corner. But Todd gets really happy every time I eat French food. It's a little bit weird.
Really?
No, he's going to listen now. He does, yeah. Because that's
Yeah,
why he
he's
took
totally-
the picture when I was eating the baguette. I'm just sitting there in the cafe, just eating away, and I look over and he's just giggling. And I go, "What's going on with
Taking
you?"
pictures.
He's like, "Oh, no, it's really funny every time you eat French food." I'm like, "What?"
You've been to France already this year. You've been to Cannes, right?
Yeah, I've been Cannes, and Poitiers was this year too.
Oh,
right?
yeah, well,
So
yeah, of
I've-
course.
This is my third time in France this year,
Oh.
and every time I eat baguettes and espresso.
And every time you're happy. I can see it in your eyes.
The best part was Pumph,
Yes, Pomf.
who came in with a baguette.
Literally with a baguette.
Just a baguette.
Uh-huh.
It was just a baguette, and he was just
Was
snacking
he
on
eating
this
like
baguette.
we love to do that. Like the best moment in your entire life is when you are, I would say, between 9 and 11, and you go to the boulangerie, the bakery,
Yeah.
to get yourself a baguette for your family. Yourself and your family a baguette.
And you come home
But
with a baguette.
you come home with the baguette, and it's still warm because they do a batch around like 4 or 5. Because everybody knows you're gonna eat your little baguette when you come home, and then you come home with your baguette in your hand, and it's still warm, and you're eating it on the way to your home.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I miss
I
those
can
years.
imagine it could be. I mean, that's a long time ago since you were
Yeah,
at
of
those
course.
years. I also shaved my Frenchy moustache over.
Yeah, I'm really
off.
mad about that though.
Yeah, but I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
It's no longer Movember for me. I cut that short. Anyway, the interviews are ready. Let's go over to the couch to hear from the two captains.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Imre from the French stream. How's it been going on the French stream, actually?
Really well, and we are really happy to have the English stream on site. It's been really great to be with you guys, and it's a really good experience overall.
When's that accent of yours gonna get better?
Yeah. If I talk to Apollo a lot, I think it will improve.
Okay. Do we have our captains ready here for the interview? I believe it's Desro and Armax.
Yeah, Desro, I think he was the captain last time for Canada. On the Armax with Belgium, it's a team that really profits from the new format, allowing countries to qualify. So they have set up not the best team of NationWars, but a team that could have been voted, that have met the requirement, and it's really good to have Belgium in the tournament, I think.
Okay, so you think they're a team with potential in this tournament?
I think Armax will have to do what Bly did yesterday if they want to qualify.
I wonder actually for these players that are not being hyped as much, how they feel when they watch the broadcast. They're like, oh, everybody's saying we're going to lose. I guess you need to have like a really good mindset going to this kind of match to be able to do well as an unknown player.
Yeah, and it's a great opportunity to if you're like an unknown player, you can't show yourself on a big stage with many viewers, and that's a unique opportunity, I think, for both RS and great teacher to play on a really big stage. So you have to take part of the experience and enjoy it.
Okay. Guys, are we ready? Captains? Can you hear me? Okay, maybe not.
No, but that's funny. But you were always a great player, and when you switched to Warcraft 3 to Starcraft 2, you were already a legend in RTS. But for me, as someone who was a player is nobody, I think that it must be great. Like when you can't show off your skill, just to have the experience once to live what you lived like every day in Warcraft 3.
Yeah, I think it helps for sure to have like a bunch of experience, but at the same time, there is always like going to be expectations, which can also be hard to deal with.
Yeah, I think especially for the Canadian team and for Scarlett, like everyone loves Scarlett, and we are used to have a Scarlett that likes beat Koreans.
Yeah,
that's the Scarlett everyone loves, and we don't know how good she's gonna be.
Look who it is, Mr. Panda himself, Desro. How are you doing, bro?
Hey, what's up? I'm doing good. I'm excited.
All right, I'm going to get right to it. Nice green screen, by the way. I'm going to get right to it. Apollo thinks you're the weakest link on Canada. Do you have anything to say to him?
I mean, there are some really crappy maps, and we do need a human shield, so I'll do whatever I need to do for Canada to win.
Well, you're going to be the Nathanias of Canada?
Wow, you went there. I guess. Yes, I guess.
Do we have Armax as well, by any chance? Yet?
Yes, I'm here.
How are you doing, man? How are you feeling?
Not very confident, but we will do our best.
And why are you not confident? You're the best Belgian player and you're doing quite well on LOTV apparently. So you think like Canada is really better or just not sure of your skill?
Yes, they are better than us, and it's going to be very hard, I think.
Okay, Desro, in the last NationWars, you guys lost, I believe, in quarterfinals to Mexico. After you had some success in the tournament, beating Germany, nice game against TLO, I remember. What are your expectations here in this NationWars, and what does it mean, this tournament here, for you to be able to represent your country?
Representing your country is always great. It's something that I really enjoy and I take very seriously. And it's the same for the rest of the team. Scarlett, our motivation for Starcraft is not always high, but when it comes to representing the country, she's always in it 100%. Expectations, today's not going to be easy. It's going to be maybe a warm-up for the rest of the tournament. But yeah, we want to go deep. We don't want to... We don't want to lose, that's for sure. So, Belgium, I hope you guys are ready.
Yes.
Okay, so for once, we actually have some captains here that are people who are capable of speaking French. So I want to give you guys an opportunity to say something in French, because this is also being shown right now on the French stream, so they won't even have to translate. So, Desro, why don't you go first and give us in French a score prediction and a word for your opponent, which I will translate after. In French, go ahead.
OK, un petit 4-0 comme ça, facile. C'est tout le temps le fun. La scène française est merveilleuse. Moi, je suis un peu triste. Le Québec, c'est petit, on n'a pas grand-chose. Mais vous, la France, il y a beaucoup de monde qui sont vraiment passionnés, puis j'admire ça. Puis ce serait un rêve de venir en France si on se rend en semi-finale. Donc, c'est ça notre objectif. Puis on est désolé pour la Belgique qui va être dans notre chemin.
So you said a tiny 4-0. There isn't much tournaments in Quebec, but we're lucky in France to have so many of them, and they'd love to make top 4 to come to France and play, and that's pretty much it. And Armax?
Bah, je pense, comme il a dit, ça va être très dur pour nous, mais j'espère au moins qu'on va pouvoir faire un petit 4-2, quelque chose comme ça. Ce serait sympa. Mais je pense qu'ils vont quand même gagner, ouais.
Okay, as Desro said, it's going to be really hard, but maybe we can win 4-2, but I think they'll win anyway. So I think it's time to find out here who the first player sent out is going to be. Desro, go first with Canada.
Yeah, I'm going out first for Canada today versus Belgium.
Anything to add?
It'll be interesting. We have a strategy. I planned out the strategy yesterday, and my teammates agreed with it. It's basically to not reveal build orders because, you know, Huck and Scarlett, what they have prepared is more special than what I have prepared. So I'm taking one for the team and just going first.
All right, Armax?
Great Teacher will be the first player, and he will try his best against this row, I think. I hope.
Okay. Actually, I'm sorry, but I have to ask, what's Great Teacher's story? Like, he has an amazing nickname.
The manga, I suppose. Great Teacher on Nezuka.
Okay.
GTO, a quite famous manga, so I hope he's as good as Starcraft than the guy in the manga is as fighting. Would be pretty cool.
All right, thanks, guys. We're not going to hold you any longer. I think we want to get the game started pretty soon, so good luck to both of you, and casters, back to you.
Back to us. Thank you very much, Todd. Excellent job over there on the couch with our good friend, Umre.
Emre.
Imre.
Yes.
He's our
you
French
got it.
Starcraft 2 caster. For you
Yeah.
guys on the English stream don't really know who he is, and he'll be joining us more later on the couch. But it's time to get ready for game number 1 of the first best of 7 of the day. Of course, we have 3 best of 7s here to find out which nation will be the 14th nation in O Gaming's Nation Wars 3. And here we are on the verge of game number 1 as Desro sends himself out.
Against Great Teacher.
Against Great Teacher.
Okay.
I don't know what to expect from Great Teacher.
I have no clue.
I have no clue.
I have no
I've
clue.
never seen his ID before. I've never seen him play before, so I'm going to be very open-minded to this. But he is going to be playing on the European server, which will assist him against Desro, who will be playing, of course, from Canada.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that's a rule that actually you guys need to know, is that when we have teams that are really far away from each other, we have to do that kind of, server switching. And even though I don't really like to go into details about that, it does make a difference, let's be honest. It does a little bit help the player that is playing on his own server.
Let's have a look at Great Teacher's profile. I mean, we were
He's already masters.
We were stalking. He's higher than me and you.
Yes.
Good start.
And he's Mad Corps. It's a team that I...
Okay, he's played a lot of games.
250 games!
250 games Great Teacher's played, and he's decently ranked in Master, so he's not going to be a walkover. He's got 132 wins with 113 losses, so it's on the healthy side of things.
It is.
But his stats on there, coming from a Ligulac,
TVP's
only
bad.
14% wins against Protoss, which isn't that good.
Yeah, that's an understatement, I think.
That's quite bad, yes.
I mean, TVP 14%. So take into account those numbers come from a Ligulac from 2015 only. So of course you don't have that many LOTV game, Legacy of the Void games, but still it does say something about his recent form against Protoss, which is not a good thing to have when you actually going to be playing against a Protoss. Okay, Desro is not the best player in Canada. It would be even worse if he had to play Hawk, in my opinion. But it still shows like it's going to be a really hard game for Great Teacher.
Absolutely.
Quentin Bataille. You know his last name means battle?
No.
It does. Quentin Battle.
Quentin Battle.
Battle. That sounds good.
Quentin
Battle. Battle.
AKA Great Teacher.
Great Teacher.
His first big tournament.
It is. It is his first big tournament because we've never seen him before.
He's got no nemesis.
And no favorite victim also.
He's about to make Desro his favorite victim.
Oh, that would once again, that would be the, how can I say that?
It's a battle of the nations who want to be French.
Yes. It would be the birth of a great hero, a great teacher, if he actually makes it through Desro.
Desro's gonna get schooled today.
Oh!
Yeah, I'm ready.
So good at this. Oh my God, David's starting, buddy.
I got 8 hours sleep last night. I'm ready to go today. And then of course Desro, of course, has played a lot. He's Grandmaster on the North American server. Usually he's not in there quite yet, as of course Legacy of the Void's just been released, and not everyone's got to their appropriate rank yet in the game. But it's going to be fun to see who's going to kick this one off. Of course, Canada got top 8 in Nation Wars 2, and it would be a bit weird if they weren't in the main tournament.
That would be really weird.
It would be a little bit weird, so we're expected to see them. Of course, we know Canada is such a great nation. We've had so many events in Toronto, so many events in Canada, but it is now time for the first game of the day, and it is Funkadelic on the player introductions, and he's going to hit it hard.
What's up, everybody?
What's up?
In the top as the Red Tower, the Red Terran on Dust Towers, representing Belgium. It is Great Teacher. Sup?
Gonna show Desro a couple of lessons in this map.
You already introduced him then. And the bottom, as the Blue Protoss, representing Canada and pandas all over the world, it is Desro.
And already we've got action.
Ooh, sneaky,
Great
sneaky.
Teacher has gone to the drawing board and he's decided to throw a barracks on the high ground here.
I love it.
Is not going to be scouted. You don't just go straight up there straight away.
Ooh.
And he's going to have a look.
And Imre is like, oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. He's really excited about that.
But it's a pretty early probe scout.
Yes.
And obviously Desro's going to be like, okay, buddy.
There's something meaning.
Quantum battle.
Quantum battle.
You're missing your barracks.
Where is it? Where is it? You got a gas and you don't have a barracks in your main? Something's missing. He's going to be able to build a Reaper, obviously. What is he going to do with all the money that he has? Like, he's still floating 300 minerals. So does he go into normal macro game after that, like plants down a CC? That's what he's going to do, apparently.
All right, that's fine. That's okay.
That is fine.
Desro does see that instantly with his probe. He's going to throw down an X of his own in a quick second here. But this Reaper going to be inside this base very quickly. Is Desro going to lose probes? What are you going to say?
He might.
Desro can't lose probes. He shouldn't lose probes, but he may. And already this SCV tickling a little bit of the shields away from a couple of these probes is going to make it a little bit easier for this Reaper, who's on his way.
Way before
Belgium.
core. Ooh. Can he do something with that Reaper? First mine is going to be important. 2 probes that actually get bounced out. Can he get the first probe? Nice micro from Desro, pulling out 4 more probes to actually pull it, and then photon overcharge gets, activated.
The instant charge.
GG no re.
GG no re, no probes. And the Reaper and SCV go down. And now he's got a barracks on the other side of the map, which is a little bit useless. But second and third barracks go down inside the main base.
Inside the main base?
And another barracks. Ooh.
4th barracks. And a second Reaper that actually gets a second probe. So it's still quite bad opening, in my opinion, by Great Teacher, because he didn't do as much damage as he anticipated. But still, he's still putting on pressure.
I can't believe he's still building Reapers. He's built the second and the third.
Yep. He doesn't really care for gas, actually. He's going to have 4 barracks. He's not, going into factory anytime soon, in my opinion. He might go for Tech Labs and Steam, Concussive and Shield before.
Say that upgrade again. Oh.
What did I say?
Daisy.
Steam?
No, the other one.
Concussive?
Say it again.
Concussive?
It's so French. Today is a battle of French people too, really. I'm not French people, but French-speaking people.
Yes.
Every single country. It's kind of cool.
Switzerland, Canada, so a part of Canada, Belgium.
Part of Canada. And that's pretty cool.
I like it.
Apart from Brazil.
Brazil don't speak French. They don't. They speak Portuguese.
Yeah.
Still a European language, though.
Yeah.
Okay, Steam packs getting researched. So, as anticipated, no factory follow-up yet.
There, it's coming
now
in. So it's almost like he has, because of the barracks being on the other side of the map, been forced to delay this factory just because he still wants a decent unit count. And obviously the barracks is in the air, flying home.
Yeah, he has to. Nice scan revealing, Twilight Council, a robotics facility. I mean, that's fairly standard.
Yeah.
Even for Heart of the Swarm standards, it was really standard. But, I mean, still good to actually confirm it. And that shows that Great Teacher actually wants to know what's happening on the opposite side of the map. He doesn't want to play, a game by himself or anything.
No, he does not. StarCraft's a game of 2.
Yes.
Takes 2 to tango, takes 2 to play StarCraft.
And takes 2 great players to actually make a great StarCraft 2 game.
You couldn't be more poetic if you tried.
Yes.
Observer going to have a quick look inside Great Teacher's base.
Great Luxie.
4 barracks, factory starport, sees the reactor on the factory, ready for that switch over.
Oh, he saw it! Can he get it?
No, he's not. He saw it, but he can't get it.
I'm sad.
I hope we see some disruptors today. A lot more disruptors. I'm sure we will.
We love our disruptors, don't we?
We do.
Seriously, yesterday, Puck with the War Prism Disruptor Micro was really, really great. I love it. Loved it. So we see the Robo Bay getting close to finishing. Blink is going to be done in 2 seconds. Stim +1 getting through for Terran, but not a single medivac yet. Yeah, he's doing the swap over right now, and the first couple of medivacs are going to be produced, but it's fairly slow.
Yeah, it is very slow.
But he has a lot of units.
He does, and Desert will have to be careful about that. And I really hope Belgium today can do well. It's going to be very difficult, because the last time we really saw a strong presence from Belgium was when Feast was playing back in 2013, pretty much. A long, long time ago since he played. Here we do our first couple of units from Desro with an Observer who's got high ground vision, and he's starting dealing a little bit of damage to Supply Depot and maybe catch a couple of these Marines at the front too.
That's already pretty cool. Tiny bit lag, but that's already pretty cool. Like, that's free damage. He didn't lose anything. Here is goes to scan again. He wants to get the observer. He's not gonna get it. Third base, planted down by Desro, playing a fairly good macro game, and here is the disruptor.
There it is. Look at that.
It's so, oh my god. It spins in so many different ways.
Look how much power is inside it.
It
That
makes me
orange
dizzy.
glowing ball is about to unleash its power shortly.
I love it.
Another one's being made as well.
And the Prison Speed.
Double Forge as well. The excellent Double Forge. The fantastic structures that can use the Chrono Boost that never ends.
Never ends.
But right now, Stim and +1 attack. Combat Shield's not ready yet, but
no sentries
Disruptor time, Disruptor. I'm excited.
Well, the thing is, he's got enough medivacs to actually go back into his medivacs. If he gets shot at, what is he gonna do? Okay, he's just running.
Yes. Second one available.
Okay. He oversteamed a little bit, in my opinion.
Yeah.
A little bit too quick.
Yep. And
Only
he does
one
back
time.
off. Maybe there's a third and fourth medivac there that he can heal back to.
Yeah. There's 2 more coming up right now, I think.
Quite low, though. Desro, snipey.
Ah, really good. Really good by Desro.
Excellent. Liberator's been made as well, but he needs to concentrate on getting those medivacs back out, to be honest. A good scan there, just having a reveal of what is up that ramp, and it is 3 disruptors, which are very scary, but the split up has happened, and Desro's out of position.
Okay, he only have 5 stalkers. He can actually drop on top of it. Oh, he failed a little bit with his micro. Look at it. That medivac is actually full. He's starting to micro what's going on in the middle of the map. Oops. But that was a really bad drop for Great Teacher. He lost so many units for nothing.
He did, and now Desro's on the hunt, realizing that a lot of those units are away, and disruptor ball, number 1. Number 2.
Oh, that's nasty.
Yeah, that is. And then Blink Forward can get that medivac as well, and that is Desro cleaning up the house today.
Desro lost 2 probes. What? Can we see the resources lost? 3,500 against 200. What? Desro didn't lose a single fighting unit.
Is Desro the new Protoss Bonjour?
He's the new Bonjo. Seriously, that's a really good game out of Desro.
At the moment, he's just looking for a kill. Liberation mode.
Every single ammo is doing so much damage out of the disruptors.
Yeah. Disruptor's so useful. Desro's just buying his time. He's warped in another round of units. It's going to attack up there again. 1-1's about to complete, and Desro looking to clean house here today in the first match of day 2 here in the qualifiers for NationWars 3.
Okay, first
Canada versus Belgium, and here we go. The Widow Mines are gone. A little bit of a drop in damage from Great Teacher, but this is a problem on the other side of the map. Does he have enough to defend?
Desro is going to get rid of one of those Widow Mines. The second one is going to hit, but will it matter? I don't think it will. Immortal just leading the charge, and the third base is getting ravaged.
Yeah, he's been broken, and this is not good for Great Teacher, who's pulling a lot of money. He's down in supply, and Desro representing North America. And of course, the great country of Canada is going to take down the 3rd command center of Great Teacher, and then a blink into the main base, looking to finish him off, but maybe a little bit over-eager there as he almost loses every single stalker to a handful of units.
Easy peasy. I think it's going to go anyway for Desro. 102 supply against 73. The medivac is still doing some damage in the main, but I think Desro can make it work here. Okay, the bunker has fallen. He can walk in here. Does he have a Warp Prism? I don't think he does. So he doesn't have that many units to actually reinforce with. Where is it? Okay,
it's over here. Okay, it is around. Desro, 20 supply leads, a couple of adepts to defend back at home against a single Marauder left over in that medivac. But Desro looking for the kill, going to go inside the main base. A really good defensive game out from Desro, and then turned it into a nice counter and a nice move, picking off the last couple of units in an attempt to win game number 1. Gets pushed off once again, but another warp in. And a little bit longer for Desro, who's waiting for a couple of extra gateways, perhaps his 2-2 to complete so we can make sure it's over. But it is 4 Protoss bases against now just 2 from Great Teacher.
I love it when players like Desro in that position, just they don't stop playing or anything. They don't want to just finish the game. They're playing as if they're playing a really tense game, and that's a really good thing, because when he actually has a little bit more of a great player against him, he will be able to do that
Yeah.
macro game transition, like getting the 4th base, getting the 2-2 going and everything. Like, if you start to say, okay, this guy is not as good as anticipated, I'm just gonna kill him and not do anything for the late game, then when you play an actual good player, you might be in trouble. I like it from Desro.
Oh, look at this, though. Even though he's defended on the other side of the map, Great Teacher not giving up yet. Drops into Desro's 3rd base. There is a disruptor coming, but if he picks up and just evades the
Death ball, literal death ball. Literal.
Great Teacher not giving up yet. This is good resilience from him.
Yeah, really good resilience.
And he's pushed he's forced Desro to come back to defend it.
And there's a drop in the main too. Okay, it's getting cleaned up, but if you look at the supply, it's not as bad. Now he's gonna lose everything, and it's gonna look a little bit worse.
Yeah.
But the main thing, Great Teacher doesn't have any money left in his main and second base. It's 12 minutes in Legacy of the Void. His income has to be really low. Like, you look at this. Look at this.
Yeah.
25 SCVs on like one single mineral patch.
Legacy of the Void forcing you to continue to expand. And he is going to try to the top left-hand side, a sneaky secret base to the gold in an attempt to re-establish some income once again. But Desro's got 2-2 now finished. He's rebuilding an attack again, and I'm assuming that's a lift up of SCVs.
Mass SCV drop. Yes, that's it. Exactly.
But this would be the way that Great Teacher could crawl into this game again if he's able to hold this location.
That's, in my opinion, if he wants to do that, he doesn't have to take that 3rd base. He's getting you know, spread out on that situation. I would love for him to actually defend on top of this ramp.
Nice split.
That was close. Really good split from Great Teacher on this one. Nice reaction time. I would like for him to actually defend on the ramp of the main base, because this one is so huge. Can't really get as good as a concave as you could do in the main.
Double Colossus now, Templar Archives. Desro's got a lot of tools available.
Yep.
In the back of his car, in the toolbox.
Yeah, he's not. Great Teacher is not upgrading. That's one of the issues. Like if once again, if Desro
Observer up here.
He's gonna scout it.
Very good scout there by Desro.
Yeah, really clever out of Desro right now. But yeah, as I said, I mean, having those upgrades keep on flowing and everything, considering the game is not over yet, well, that's what's gonna make the difference. Terran is still 1-1, and he's not upgrading right now. He doesn't have the money to do Armory and double eBay. He can't really manage that. So Desro is doing everything right in this game.
Yeah, he's playing very, very well, to be honest. And he's gonna lose a Colossus here, but at what cost? And at the end of the day,
and we can't really
does it
blame
even matter? He's gonna lose 2 Colossus. But we may see Greek Teacher lose everything here if these Stalkers get underneath these Medivacs, so he's going to lose everything anyway, and this is going to trigger Desro to turn around again as he's picked up, or will pick up, all these SCVs on the left-hand side. Another drop coming out from Great Teacher.
Great Teacher! What's going on?
Trying his best, but it's about to be 3-3 versus 1-1, and I know you play Terran, and I know you've probably had this situation before. You feel that Protoss units actually just can't die, especially Adepts and Zealots.
Yep. Adepts don't really tend to die with +3 armor right now. So 3-3 against 1-1. Double Medivac getting loaded up again. Trying to do his best impression of Maru right now. Like he's getting pushed away until to his base. Sorry, and he's still dropping left and right. That's actually really cool from Great Teacher. He's trying his heart out to actually set up in his game, but I don't know if it's gonna work. Like as you said, 3-3 against 1-1. Still 1 Medivac trying to harass in the natural of Desro, but he's on top of things. Already 4 Stalkers getting wiped in. Stalkers with +3 actually kill Marines.
2 worlds collide in the middle of the map as the red
on the top
Terran army and also the blue Protoss one moves towards the center.
Can he get the Nexus? Did he do everything for nothing? Oh my god, 26 HP!
There's one Marauder that may be able to get the kill, but here's the big
Does he have
army
an
from
observer?
Great Teacher.
Does he have an observer? If he doesn't, this could be huge! Oh my god! Can he do it? Oh, the upgrades are not good enough. But that minefield, damn! That would have been so sick if
if he'd blown everything up there. I think we all would have gone crazy. But unfortunately, Great Teacher walked to take a fight, and with so little income at this moment, it's going to be very difficult for him to rebuild anything that can withstand what's left over
from Desro, who has played solid. He hasn't overextended. He's played calm. He hasn't looked like he's had any nerves throughout this game, and he's playing just super cool. And now Desro, knowing that his opponent has almost nothing left in terms of attacks and drops, is going to collect his forces together for one final killing strike. And this, unfortunately, here for Great Teacher, seems to be the end for him, but a great game from Desro from Canada. And another drop comes out of nowhere. I don't even know where that one came from Great Teacher, but it doesn't look like he has enough left here, Funker.
Yes, he doesn't have enough. There's too much Protoss right here. Colossus, Disruptors, Stalkers, Adepts, you name it. He has everything. Some we don't mind shots are going to do wonders, but he doesn't have enough. Simply doesn't have enough, and it should be the first point for Canada, and Desro playing a great game. I think he's going to micro until that drop is dead, but right now, Great Teacher is actually quite dead.
Desro ain't no student. Desro's a professor. GG takes map number 1 in Canada, hit it hard to start with, and get a score to their country immediately.
Good job. Good job, Canada.
Oh, Canada.
Yeah.
Great job.
You know why you are the professional caster?
Why is that?
And I'm not? Because
Why?
I was trying to find a joke to end up the game with the Great Teacher name, and you said Desro ain't no student, and that was the great joke I was looking for. I'm really mad.
I'm sure you can do it in French.
I will try. Yeah, I think I could do it.
You probably do.
I think I could do it.
You're selling yourself short here, mate.
Don't worry. In 2 days, I said.
In 2 days, what?
2 days. You know, I climbed to your level.
Yeah, by
Easy.
Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday.
When we announce the groups.
And the venue.
And the venue, you're going to be on my level by that important day?
Yes.
When we have the last qualification spot where the last country qualifies on Sunday? That Sunday?
On Sunday.
Oh, okay,
That's
on Sunday.
Sunday.
Right, got you. Okay.
We'll get brunch on Sunday.
Brunch?
I'd like it. Yeah, should get brunch.
Me and Todd are thinking about going to Korean barbecue for lunch tomorrow if you're interested, by the way. I know
there's one really close from
you
the
ditched
studio.
us today, so you can join us tomorrow, though.
Okay. Great games. Great games. I will not ditch you tomorrow. I promise.
Cheers, mate.
I will not sleep at as
It's
much
okay.
as today.
Polls was great today. So looking to, I guess the problem is Korean barbecue is not exactly French food.
It's okay.
It's French Korean barbecue though.
And it's good food.
Yeah.
Good food.
You've been
It's a
there
good
before?
restaurant. Yeah,
Good.
of course. A couple of times.
In a moment, we're going to see now who Belgium are going to send out as their second player. So they have 2 left. It's Ares and Armax. Armax is the captain. So we might be seeing Armax. He's the better player between the 2 of them. And we will get that countdown in a couple of seconds.
Yeah, keep in mind, players have 3 minutes to actually figure out who's going to be battling out against Desro. So that's a moment for us to actually say that first game was pretty cool.
It was
we
good.
didn't anticipate anything from that game. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
We don't know Great Teacher. We knew Desro on paper was the worst player in Canadian lineup.
Yeah.
He played really well.
Played well.
Didn't have any nerve issues. Just played a straight up macro game that he handled pretty well.
If we're expecting to see Armax though, he will now need to travel over to the North American serve where Desro is going to be playing, where he's comfortable.
Yeah.
And we could see a whitewash come out from Desro here. Imagine if a 4-0, Desro's like, you know what, I ain't no Nathanius.
Oh.
Because, of course, Todd did call him Nathanius.
Yeah. Are you the Nathanius?
Are you the Nathanius of Canada?
Uh-huh.
And Desro didn't quite like that, but he could prove everyone wrong by going 4-0, which is a possibility if he continues the way he's playing, because he did play very solid here. And he won't have to play against a Terran again. It's now Protoss versus Protoss or Protoss versus...
yeah, that's the thing. I mean, a lot of Protosses have been complaining in general about PvZ. They don't really know yet how to play
deal with
lurkers in general.
The big problem. Yeah.
So there's a few ways to actually circumvent that. Maybe playing air. Like we saw it quite a bit yesterday with that double Stargate Phoenix play. That was kind of weird because he tried something really cheesy before, and then I'm talking about Puck yesterday, who actually tried to do a 4-pylon block with the Mothership Core Rush, failed horribly, and then was pushed into that kind of strategy that was looking really bad at the moment. But it seems to be a possible way to play PvZ right now. So we'll see. We'll see what he decides. I'm personally waiting for Armax to be sent out, but we'll see. We'll see.
Do you wish you were casting in French? Are you feeling sad that about 5 meters below us in the floor underneath is the French team having, you know, French fun and
I like
doing
English
the French thing.
I like English fun with you.
Yeah, you
I
do?
want to
Oh,
have English fun with you.
You can have English fun with me any day of the week.
4 seconds.
2 seconds.
2
and
seconds.
it is going to be Armax. Okay, so Armax chooses himself as, of course, the captain, who we had a couple of words from earlier. Spoke a little bit of Francais to Desro. Now we travel over to the North American server, where he'll be taking on Desro and seeing how well he can do to try to keep Belgium alive. Of course, a single elimination bracket here in this best of 7. Belgium lose against Canada. Belgium are eliminated before Nation Wars 3 even begins, as we're looking for one more nation today to join the 13 now nations that are in Nation Wars 3, which begins on the 3rd of December, which isn't that far away now. Christmas isn't far away. The 3rd of December isn't far away.
Not that much.
Nation Wars 3 isn't far away.
No, it's not. It's
a few
not that
weeks
far
left
away.
out.
I'm getting more and more excited every single day that goes by.
Absolutely, goes by.
Yeah, it goes by. It's better.
You can say goes through. I guess people will understand.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying.
I met me and Todd, a French man in Paul's today, an elderly gentleman, who spoke a little bit, and he said to Todd, oh, English. And Todd's like, yeah, because he thought he was asking me, or thought he was talking about me. And Todd's like, yeah. And then Todd continued to order his baguettes and whatever he had in
French?
Paul's in French. And
Like a boss?
this elderly gentleman turned around to Todd and said, your French is very good for an Englishman. And Todd turned around and he said, Je suis français. You know, in the Todd way.
Yeah, of course.
Je suis français.
Just a little bit, mad.
Je suis français.
Je suis français.
And then talked a little bit with this elderly gentleman again, and then the elderly gentleman went on to talk about how I'm the Englishman and there's a lot of Scottish people in Paris.
Is there?
Apparently,
I didn't even know.
I don't know. And then Todd said hello, goodbye, and that was it.
That's a great story,
cool
man.
Story, bro.
That's a great
Super
story.
Cool story, bro.
No, but I'm wondering what it means. Like, does Todd not sound French to French people? Is that
Apparently
what it means?
not, maybe.
Is
but
that what it means?
Maybe an elderly gentleman couldn't quite hear very well.
Maybe because he's an elderly gentleman.
Yeah, maybe. But either way, that's Todd's interaction with French people. It's the same as English.
Yes. Yes. A little bit mad, a little bit. Je suis français.
Game 2 has now loaded.
Yes.
Armax is on the North American server ready to play for Belgium, and it's time to see what the team captain can do against Canada's captain.
You want to do the intro?
No, I'm warming up. I'm warming up.
Okay. On the top right, a little bit on the right, actually, on orbital shipyard for Belgium is the Red Zerg Armax.
Armax is a pretty epic. I kind of like Armax as a name.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And in the bottom left, he just won one game on the American server, on the European server, actually. He's now on his own soil. It is Desro. Desro.
All right. So let's see what Armax can bring to the table here. I love Nation Wars. It's really cool to see these new players that we don't get to see so often.
Yep.
And I think that's really cool about Nation Wars, before we start talking about this game, is without Nation Wars, how much would Cass and Demaga be motivated to be playing Legacy at the moment?
Yes.
Now that they're in Nation Wars, they're going to be playing a lot more, and it's a lot of older players coming back and new players that are going to aspire to play in Nation Wars in the future as well. It's cool. It's really nice.
Yeah, it gives. That's one of the issues that I have, and don't get me wrong. Like, I love casting Korean content. We do it a lot on gaming. But the thing is, there are so many games.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about Korean content because that's usually that's what I do on gaming. I cast the Korean leagues. But there's a thing about that. Those games, they repeat themselves so much, and it lacks a little bit of purpose, a little bit of meaning. And that's the thing. Like, I wouldn't care so much about a ladder game between Armax and Desro, but considering it's Belgium against Canada, instantly I'm hooked.
Yep.
I'm paraphrasing what you just said, but I feel the same way.
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, I've played for the UK before. Todd's played for France before. There's something very special about these nation war type events. I mean, playing back in WC a long time ago. ESWC was another big one too. In Le Francais very often.
And Le France.
Yep.
En France.
On France. On France. It's
ENC was another tournament. I think
ENC?
Was it ENC?
I don't know ENC.
European National Championship or something? No.
SEC.
For Walk of 3, I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, maybe. I remember
we'll
SEC.
ask Todd. We'll ask Todd.
The
He will know.
Samsung European Championship, I remember.
Oh,
That's
yeah, of
SEC.
course. Yeah, I remember that also.
Yeah, I played in that too.
What a boss.
I won that too.
You won it?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my god. UK won something?
UK used to win a lot, man. No, not that much actually. We've always been bad at games. But here we go. We have
the first adept.
The first adept.
And look at that chrono boost, man.
I know, it just never
It's
stops.
amazing.
And a robotics facility instantly here. Des Rue? What are you going to be doing with this? Whenever I play against one of these, I usually see a warp prism out really fast, or an immortal push that, or not immediately, but obviously that goes into it quite fast. So, different types of play. Usually annoying to play against a Zerg. What?
Did you notice how, in general, for instance, an immortal push is not as all in it before? Like the way I see it, it's like the first wave of attack while taking a third, for instance, in PvZ. We see that quite often. You can still see some all-ins on two bases, but I feel like the best way to actually play a macro game in PvZ, or in general, in any matchup whatsoever, just having a couple of ways of attacking and then going into another attack and then going into another attack, just adding a new technology to your attack and then going forward again. I like it. I like it how it's shaping up in Legacy of the Void.
The one thing you got to be very careful about with that type of play though is for a Zerg, he's going to start to prepare for your little attack, and then if you end up pulling back and going back to your third base, is when they continue to build units and then can overwhelm you.
Yeah.
That is always a problem you have to worry about, but we'll see how this game shapes up. The Warp Prism is going to be selected then, and 4 gateways in total, so he's actually got quite a bit of power from this Warp Prism that he can use now.
And Armax sees everything with that overload. Cheeky overload, just seen. 4 gates, a Warp Prism getting produced.
Yeah, and it's a cool plan from Desro. Harass with the Warp Prism, probably going to be Adepts here, just so good against light units and workers, while expanding, knowing, or expecting, should I say, Zerg to be focused on defense rather than aggression. But look at this. This is cool from Armax.
It is really cool. Now's counter-attack. The pylon is not done yet. Is it? Couldn't he have destroyed it? Don't you think? I think he could have.
But then there could have been a warp in while it was happening, perhaps?
Yeah, but the pylon wasn't connected with the Nexus yet, so it would have taken a really long time to actually get the units. I don't know. He's going to go for a second wave right there, but the Adept is closing the door. Raw Prism drop in the third base, actually, of Armax getting some drones so far. Take care of this row. Okay, he lost one Adept. He could have avoided that with the new Warp Prism micro.
Yeah.
But it's still in some damage. 9 drones
I mean, 10
is not that
workers is a lot of workers at this stage of the game.
Yes, it is.
That's really good for Desro, especially because he's got this third to fall back on. He's looking to get up to Disruptors shortly as well, with the Robotics Bay coming in. Pretty good start here from Desro. Remember that the Warp Prism is still around. He can still keep this harass up.
He can. Warp Prism are good like this, because you can actually use them once again. And he just lost 2 overloads. His supply block now, Armax with 49 drones to the 51 probes of his opponent. That's a really good situation for a Canadian Protoss. What's going on, Desro?
I know, Desro's elevated to a new status. He is God tier.
He is the Belgian Slayer.
He is the Belgium Slayer. And he could be looking at an all-kill here, at least 3 wins and forcing out the ace player coming out from Belgium. But we'll see how far he goes. Still only in game 2, and this game's not over yet. But right now, Armax already on the back foot, having to recover his economy after taking significant losses early on in this game versus Desro, who is in the driving seat, and rightfully so.
Yeah, and we tend to see that quite often these days in Legacy of the Void. The upgrades in general are just pushed back way later than before. You see Forge right now at 7 minutes into the game, which is in Heart of the Swamp time about 10 minutes. That's a really late Forge. But look at how many different kind of gas expensive units and some weird upgrades he got. A lot of adepts, is getting disruptors, is getting warp prism speed. There's so many gas intensive units and upgrades that he got that he can't really actually afford getting a forge and getting +1 attack so far. So I really like this because it actually makes you want to attack way more because you got the units more than the upgrades.
And harassment just so important in Legacy of the Void too. Just the way that workers are now so different and the economy is much less. It's sometimes very difficult to recover from. But looking at this now, Desro with Disruptor, what is he doing? He's out in the middle of the map. Where is he going? Looking for an assault on this fourth, perhaps. But Lurkaden almost ready. And Armax does have a decent force over this side of the map. Desro's got to be careful. It's out of position, though.
He actually has some overload drops. Like, he built 2 single overload that you can drop with. And he's going to try to harass the main and the third. But now, that push on the fourth hasn't been scouted from Armax. He has to forfeit that base. He can't really fight this, right?
No, he can't. Not yet. Especially with that Disruptor being a nuisance at the back there. 10 Lurkers, though.
Okay. He's going to try to defend his third base. How long is it going to take? I think it's like a couple of seconds, maybe 10 more seconds until the Lurkers are out. There is an observer to actually scout them, but he only has 2 disruptors. Is it going to be enough? Some drones getting killed, and the extractor also. Desro is not on it. He's getting so much damage on those stalkers, and now retreats. Didn't take that much damage in the end.
Yeah. And here comes the drops now from this Overlord.
Sexy.
It is. There's the other one. Seeing if Desro can deal with this. He's going to get dropped in 2 places.
Good reaction time by Desro. But he's still losing some probes. 4, you can see it getting bigger and bigger on the bottom left.
Pretty good harass here. And then we have, remember, still 10 Lurkers in this game. Desro. Don't be Desro-owned.
You need to be well aware of your capacity in multitask on Legacy of the Void, in my opinion. When he was actually pushing throughout the middle on the Armax, that is, with his Lurker and Zergling army, I felt like he wasn't able to micro both sides. I think he needs to take the time to actually do both situations and micro them properly, not wanting to do too many things at the same time. You are really, in Legacy of the Void, you're limited by your own APM. Quite a lot more than out of the swarm, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And one of those things that you can fall victim to is not splitting up your army. Luckily here, Armax has done that because these disruptor balls can destroy absolutely everything here. One of them goes full. Doesn't get a hit that he would have liked for.
Is he going to try to surround with Lurkers? He actually used the blink.
Good hit.
That's a good hit.
Yeah, very nice from Desro. And good picking off of creep as well, just limiting his opponent's mobility through this middle of the map here, while taking his 4th at the same time. I'm so worried about 3 disruptor balls headed straight for those Lurkers. That'd be such a killer move.
Disruptor balls. Okay, I was wondering.
Yeah, disruptor balls.
Disruptor balls.
Disruptor ball.
Destructible debris.
Disruptor balls.
Disruptor balls.
Disruptor balls.
Triple Stargate. Triple Stargate, man! What is he going to produce? Phoenixes, Void Rays, Tempests? Oracles, carrier.
Build a fleet beacon, Desro.
Build a fleet beacon, please.
Desro.
Yes.
Desro.
Desro.
Desro, I'm so happy you listen to me when I listen to you.
Desro, I like you so much.
Listen to the voices. Yeah, Desro.
Oh, Desro.
Desro, rub yourself.
Wow, Prison getting into the man again.
Sorry, I got you there.
You killed me. It's okay. It's okay, I like it. Those Lurkers on the high ground. Okay, he's got an observer. Oh my god! The amount of damage, it's insane! Against
I know, Lurkers are so crazy with the damage output that they have.
But it can be dodged, I think.
Oh yeah, no, they can. They can, but you just don't want to be stupid and attack into them. But
it's the fleet beacon.
I know, I'm so happy.
Tempest!
That's fine.
Where are the carriers?
I would have loved to see carriers, but Tempest is okay. I'll accept Tempests.
You'll accept it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll accept it. I'd like to see an Oracle, though, used in combination to be able to get some vision on these Lurkers, but oh, Desro! 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 Desro, do it!
Whoa.
No!
What is he doing? What is he doing?
Get back, Desro! Thanks!
Okay.
He was meant to throw the balls at it.
Yes, the disruptor balls.
The disruptables.
The backup bunker.
Oh.
Okay, double ball, lurker, dead. Roaches, hydras, everything is getting smashed by the disruptors. Look at that!
I know.
The bodies, they fly for like 20 meters. That's amazing. So sick.
Disruptors are so sick. They're so very good.
How about mutas or stuff like that? I liked it when, I think it was Dimaga, when he played CVP. That actually complemented his composition with some mutas. And when you flank and you actually just target the disruptor, seems like a good plan. And Vipers, obviously,
Absolutely,
maybe you pull them,
yeah.
you pull them and you kill them. And that's as easy as that. 4 base against 4 base, and Armax is still trying to get a 5th base on the right side. I think he got cancelled once, and now the first Tempest are in this game. That's gonna change a lot. He will be able to take care of those lurkers from
Very easily.
way far.
Yep. Really easily. Oh.
Double lurker drop!
Oh, yeah.
Pipe!
Yeah, I like
used
this.
to love that in Brood War.
Yeah.
Lurker drops. So cool. I think he knows. We can see the entire army of Desro coming into that position. Oh my god, a Tempest! No! The lurker drop! No, he doesn't have vision. Oh my god. Can he reach it? No!
Oh,
Not like
fatality.
Not like this. The first lurker drop
Yeah.
gets
That was
destroyed.
pretty sad.
That is a really
That's pretty sad.
sad
Desro's got a
drop.
pretty beastly army, though. This is not an army you want to mess around with.
3 adepts.
3 outsiders.
I think he does have observer speed, right? Ooh!
Look at Desro.
Desro is everywhere. I think Desro has observer speed, and I'm really happy about that decision because I feel like it's a really good thing.
Yep.
Yes!
Yeah.
That's a really good upgrade in Legacy of the Void for against Lurker.
All right. Looks like he's going to target down this hatchery and focus his hatchery on the right-hand side here, while keeping up this Warp Prism Harass inside the main and around that 3rd. 2 lurkers somehow being dropped over here, which is a nice little move, a nice little position. No
Sick.
observer.
No detection!
No.
Oh, what will you do against Tempest, boy?
Yeah, that's the problem.
You don't have Vipers!
He's got nothing that can deal with these long-range units. Trying to build more Hydralisks is probably not the answer. But these lurkers are a little bit frustrating for Desro to deal with, but he's not too worried about it. He has an observer on the way and he's now going to power up the pylon.
Yeah, good target fire on the pylon. He notices. And now we'll take out the pylon. I think he's going to save both lurkers. Yes! But, well, you know, Mothership Core is going to take care of him. But it's going to take a long time. Maybe he's going to be able to destroy that Cybernetics Core, who's researching +1. Yes, he did.
Nice.
He didn't cancel the +1 attack for air. But that base, the 5th base on the right, is actually getting taken
Vipers
care of.
coming out from those eggs. Luckily for Armax, they are going to
This
survive.
was not interested.
No, doesn't realize.
I think once again with the new expansion and the new maps, I think most of those players don't really know what the best new base to be taken is, and I think that base, the top left base, is the best one to take against a Protoss on that map.
No, you're probably right. Actually, you don't want to spread yourself defending in 2 locations on the other side of the map from each other, whereas you can just kind of focus your attention on the left-hand side. Be a little bit easier for Desro, for Armax, sorry. A little bit harder for Desro, but I think you're very right there.
It will get better as the day go by.
Yep.
Because we still don't really know those maps. We're still figuring out everything, whether it's the units or the new economy or the new maps.
Yep.
But that gives for really cool games, and this one is kind of like the last one, still really cool to see. Now Vipers are on the battlefield, and we'll see how they will do against that Tempest composition. He has like 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think he has 9 or 10 Tempests.
Nice roaches.
Free roaches today, boys. That's as free as you can get. They didn't even attack once.
Almost as free as Nathanius yesterday.
See, once again, I was looking for a joke, and you found it. What a
pretty
boss.
bad joke.
It's okay.
3 zealots come in.
Ooh.
Oh, look how much damage. So much. All the shields and a good chunk of the hit points as well.
Desro has a really, really good economy right now. Really, really fluid. 1,600 minerals and almost 1,000 gas per minute. And he lost so little compared to Armax. Look at that. 5,800 to 16,000. That's a really good set of pulls. Oh my god! How many did he get?
He can't finish the job though.
Yes, he doesn't have the DPS.
No, he didn't. He couldn't bring them down fast enough. Now Desro turns an aggressive manner here up towards this north position. Desro ball number 1. Desro ball number 2. Desro ball number 3.
Oh, it did kill the
Desro
second
ball
one.
number 4. Pretty decent hits.
Yes.
Wearing it down, could just obviously wait a little bit and then throw his Desro balls again.
But still, I mean, supply is not that it's not that bad for Armax. 171 to 198. Tempest Zealots being warped in, actually warped in the main base of Armax. If he loses the Hive or the Lurker Den, 4 DTs are going to take care of the Lurker Den. He's going to lose. He doesn't. That's why he doesn't have range for Hydralisk.
Oh, I should have got that for his
And he
Lurkers,
just
you
got
mean?
killed. No, no,
For
no.
Hydro, sorry.
Yes, he doesn't have range.
Yeah.
He doesn't have speed or
That would've
range
helped.
either.
That would have helped.
That's the reason he didn't get the Tempest. And now he
Yeah.
lost the Hydra Den. And he's
now
going to
he's
lose the Spire.
Now he's getting shredded on this side of the map here. Everything inside his main's gone now. And this is not good. That's a lot of infrastructure going down. And as a Zerg player, that's where it always is going to be. And you really can't just lose that. And he's going to give it up. GG. Desro 2-0 for Canada.
Desro!
Wale! Desro 2-0.
What a
carrying the
boss.
Canadian flag like a boss. Is
What?
now 1 game away from forcing the revival. And he's taken out 2 of the 3 players. There's only 1 left, and it is going to be Ares, or how would you say that in a more Francais way? Ares.
Ares.
Okay, pretty much the same thing.
But it's actually it's a Greek god. Ares. It's a god of war.
Yes.
I think.
Ares. Is it the god of war?
Yes.
Is
I
it
think
god
it
of
is.
war?
Or is Mars the god of war? But the thing is, like, I'm always. It's the same. Okay. See?
There you go. You were told.
I was told. Anyways, 2-0 Desro being, being a badass. He's being a badass.
Yes. He
1 in
is
PvT, 1 in
playing
PvZ.
well. He's playing well. He's just kind of solid, not really making that many mistakes, playing the game out very safe. And now he's just got a Protoss versus Protoss left. And then if he wins this, he'd be doing the revive game, or his Belgium's revive game, and he could ace Belgium.
Yeah, that would be sick. That's one of the greatest feeling that you can get as a player, I think.
Yeah.
Like just all killing a team.
And
especially if
didn't
you
need you, Huck and Scarlet.
Yeah, especially if you do it while winning in every single matchup, because that's what would happen if he does. PvT, PvC, PvP. He does it all.
Yeah.
You know? And he shows to the world and to you guys watching that is a boss.
That he was the right person to represent Canada.
Yeah, people actually wondered about that, but
2-0
they
so
went.
far.
They went for the same team as last year, and for now, Desro is doing his job, and he's doing it really well.
It's actually very good because it keeps Scarlet and Huck away from revealing anything to potential next opponents. So Desro's doing very well, actually. You need to switch server too.
Yeah, but we also have to go through commercials. So
you're right. You have
got
time.
some time.
You do. You're actually better than me. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'll shut up.
I love you.
I know you do.
It's all right.
I know.
So as you figured it out, I'm pretty sure this is 2-0 in favor of Canada against our good friend from Belgium. 2-0. We're gonna do a quick commercial break, and we go back right after that. Stay tuned.
Welcome back, everybody. Beyond Venue, NationWars 3. Was that okay? Or do I need to say poor in
Bienvenue.
between? Poor? Beyond Venue, poor, NationWars 3.
No.
Beyond Venue, NationWars 3?
Bienvenue au Nation. Au.
Or. Beyond Venue, NationWars 3. Or Beyond Venue, NationWars 3. Here with my good friend Todd. So you got a round of
Maximum
applause here.
cringe
Yeah.
as I arrive on the stream.
I'm sorry.
Hey.
That's what this stream is about, and cringe levels.
I've been hearing you telling all these stories about me. I think it's time I tell a little story about you.
Okay, what have I done now? Let me
So-
think. Just let me think for a second.
We arrived in
I haven't
Paris.
messed up yet.
We
Oh,
just
no, this
arrived
one.
in Paris.
Oh, God.
We get off the train, and our pickup wasn't there just yet. So we get out the train station, and we're waiting just right outside. And there's these girls running around with a paper, and they're like, "Do you speak English? Like, can you sign this?" And so I see that they're asking Sean to sign their stuff, but then they come to me and they ask me, "Can you sign this?" I'm like, "What is it? What is it for?" And they're like, "Oh, it's for kids, like handicapped kids and stuff." So I look, I'm like, "Yeah, but what will happen if I sign? Like, what am I signing for? What is the meaning of this?" And they're like, talking really fast. And I was like, something's up. And also, like, there are a lot of them coming very aggressively about it. So I'm like, what is going on? And then I turn to Sean, and he's giving them money. So they look at me, and they're like, "Your friend gave money. You have to give money to." I was like, I'm not so sure. Like, you're actually doing this for the kids, but yourselves. So sorry, but I cannot give you anything. And then eventually they moved on to the target, I guess, over here in Sean, and they even tried to grab his banana.
They did actually try to steal
After
my
he gave them money, they tried to take his banana.
Okay, so
and
let
go
me just
with
say,
it.
they came up to me and said, "We're doing this for injured, disabled children. Would you be willing to donate?" And I was like, "Sure." And I gave €2.50 because by then, when they asked me for money, I started to realize what was going on. So I gave them €2.50, and they said it wasn't enough money, so they tried to steal my banana.
Because for some reason you were holding a banana there in the street.
Yeah, because I was going to eat it eventually.
Congratulations.
I never
2
ate that
minutes in Paris, and you already got scammed.
I never ate that banana. It's actually over there. It's like a prop now from my trip in Paris.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, here we are, loaded into game number 3 of Canada versus Belgium. And up here to the top left-hand side, spawning in is the red Protoss player. It is Ares, the last remaining Belgium stand before one of these players has to get revived. Down to the bottom left-hand side, playing for Canada, and is rocking it so far. There's the blue Protoss player. It's none other than Desro.
Special
and he's
thanks
doing well.
to Base Trade, by the way, for hosting us.
Hello, Base Trade viewers. I'm a Base Trade viewer usually as well.
Are you a Base Trade subscriber?
I might be. I don't know actually who I'm subscribed to. I think I might be.
Only Roddy.
I know I'm subscribed to Roddy, that's for sure.
That's about the only sure thing in your life. Ares going for Nexus first here in PvP. Pretty greedy. Usually, I mean, you can go for an early Nexus, but not necessarily always before the gateway. Whereas Desro, he actually went for the gas here before going for any kind of additional Nexus if you were to go for one. So looks like he might be the one here to maybe go for some aggression. I was speaking about Imre, the French caster, about Ares, because they used to be teammates on Nuit Blanche, which was also T. Drogo's team once upon a time. And he was telling me that Ares, one of the specific things about him as a player is that he doesn't cheese much, which in Legacy of the Void won't necessarily be that as much of a weakness as it was in Heart of the Swarm, but he doesn't like to cheese all that much. Almost never does it even.
Good to know he's an honourable player. So far,
not quite as dishonourable as Classic.
No, there's a lot of dishonourable players out there. Good to know that he isn't one. How have you been rating Desro's play so far? I know me and Funky Donkey have been casting him so far, but you've been watching. What do you think so far of Desro's play?
It's been pretty good, but like he definitely, like, you know, had a little bit too much fun in the previous game. I feel like he could have just made Stalkers and Disruptors and ended it much earlier. Like, going into Tempest definitely seemed like one of those fancy plays that could have even maybe gotten him in trouble.
All right, so we're now just up to the 2-minute 30 mark in this game, and Desro's getting out, Chronoboosting out, and Adept. But this is actually just going to be a pretty mid-game-ish game, and later on, there's nothing here that's going to do critical damage anytime soon.
Yeah, absolutely. PvP in Legacy of the Voids,
Much
very different than Heart of the
slower,
Swarm.
yeah.
We see a lot of Blink Stalkers as openers once you're in any kind of 2-base situation, which will be almost all the time. And then later on, once you have Blink Stalkers and you have a good amount of Stalkers, you go into Disruptors. That's what happens a lot. You see a lot of Blink Stalkers plus Disruptor, and then it's all about doing that dance. The dance of the Disruptors.
I love Disruptor dances.
Yeah, I mean, chasing somebody who has Disruptors is impossible.
Yeah.
Engaging Stalker Disruptor against Stalker Disruptor is also very tricky.
Probe of Desro now taken out. Just a quick reminder for everyone at home, if you are enjoying NationWars and would like to contribute to the tournament, a donation on either the English or French stream actually contributes to the prize pool of the players. So far, there's been an additional $700-ish, which has been added to the prize pool. So if you are enjoying yourselves and would like to see NationWars continue in the future, do feel free, and we are very honored that you would do that.
But going back into this game, Twilight Council coming down now for Ares, so perhaps Blink play.
He's doing it the standard way, whereas Desro is going for a fairly quick Robo Bay here. So I think Desro is going to do a little bit of a Puck-esque build where usually you get a War Prism, you get some Disruptor, and you do a little bit of harassments. And you try to do some economic damage. The thing is, against Blink, it could be very dangerous, but Blink's going to take a very long time to finish. Desro, if he had gone for a War Prism, that would be finished now. Then he could line that up very well with his first Disruptor, but he chose to just rush the single Disruptor here for now.
Well, what does he plan to do with it?
It depends, like he can still go for the War Prism right after with it, even maybe get War Prism speed, but you should always expect your opponent to go into Blink in this matchup, so it'd be pretty risky if you were to go for that.
Alright, well, we'll see where he wants to go with this then. He's adding on a couple of extra gateways with this. 2 more have just come down on the natural. Twilight Council behind it. I like to call these Desro balls. He's got a second one. I don't know, just I kind of like it. I don't know. I like a lot of things that no one really knows why.
What are you picturing when you say that?
I don't picture anything. I just want to call them Desro balls.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm a weird guy. Second one out now as well, and he's starting to build up quite a decent amount. Is he going to go for a third?
Yeah, usually it's very hard not to.
No,
like if you do a 2-base, it's so easy for the opponent to just kind of be able to pull back, wait, be in a better position a lot of the time. So you're going to see a 3rd base almost every single time. Ares is going to add the Robo Bay here, very, very standard. Like that's about the most standard build here that you can go for, other than, I mean, the Nexus first, which wasn't even that necessary. Going into Blink, adding a bunch of gateways, going into Robo Bay, and then you go for the 3rd base.
All right, well, Desro's got this Warp Prism about to pop out. He's had a quick look inside his opponent's base and has seen quite a few extra gateways being added on. The Robotic Spade just now finishing up here for Ares, who's getting to a similar position. It's definitely liking Desro's potential with his army because of these disruptors.
Is he going to all-kill Apollo?
He may do. He's playing good enough to do that. And like I was telling Funker, it's actually kind of good for Canada if, you know, Huck and Scarlet don't have to play early. Don't reveal, don't show anything. Double Forge coming down for Ares on 2 bases here. So he's actually thinking way longer into this game.
Usually players that don't cheese much, they love to macro. They love to go up to a lot of bases, take it to longer games, so it doesn't surprise me here that he goes for something like
Desro's moving out. A couple of disruptors here that are whoa, he's got to target them, move them, and Desro misses, unfortunately. And now the disruptors have to wait until they can fire again.
Against Blink Stalkers, I think you can hardly ever properly get a detonation like this.
Yeah, only if a mistake could happen. But Desro's about to have a 3rd disruptor, and he's actually building up quite a decent force now. He's moving out, and if he gets correct hits from these disruptors, he could do critical damage to his opponent and could be looking at 3-0 here for Canada.
It's 3 disruptors to just 1 here, and the Stalker count is even in Desro's favor, so he's got way more army supply here.
Blink's about to finish here for Desro, just a few seconds away.
Oh, too early? He wasted it too early. Yes, he only has a single disruptor. And he wasted it here with the detonation. He's got a second one that just came out, but this is going to be enough here in defense against the 3 disruptors of Desro, plus the Prism to reinforce.
All right, here we go. Desro's put a 3rd down behind this, so he's got something to fall back onto eventually. But right now, he's focused on attacking. And how well is he going to do this? 1 disruptor ball here for Ares, 1 for... Oh, Desro destroys the disruptor of his opponent. Excellent there. Now that's a lot of his damage gone. And Desro ready to strike again in a couple of seconds. He's probably warping another round of units. And if he breaks this 3rd and pushes forward, these disruptors have so much potential in them if they get the right hits. And here we go. 1 goes forward.
Oh, Desro is keeping him back.
Gets another disruptor. He's got 2 in a row now.
Gets the hit as well on that Immortal. Really lowering its hit points. Yeah, that's really not going Ares'
He's got a 3rd disruptor, and now he gets an Immortal for his troubles. Desro's hitting these.
Those Desro balls, man.
Oh my god, Desro, I'm going to take him to a bowling alley the way that he's doing these disruptors. He's hitting everything today. And he grabs a couple of Stalkers for his trouble as well. This may just be over. And Desro's looking at a 3-0. Absolutely fantastic play here. And
there's too much.
Unfortunately for Ares, he's just been absolutely crushed and overwhelmed. Desro, killer instinct. GG.
My man.
My man, Desro goes up 3-0. And Canada now match point, 1 game away from an all-kill against Belgium. And now it's time to decide who Armax, the captain of Belgium, is going to choose to revive. He has a choice of himself and his teammate's great teacher, and Ares, as we just saw. One of them now must not only kill Desro, but reverse kill Canada.
It's probably going to be himself.
Armax?
And it's actually Desro. If you think about the 3 games that he played against the 3 races, he used Disruptor in all of them and quite well.
Yeah.
So right now the discussion between the Belgian team is probably like, all right, who can beat Desro's balls and his Disruptors?
Yeah, that's definitely the team talk right now. How can we take down Desro's balls? All right, so we'll find out very shortly.
You shouldn't have started.
I don't know. I wasn't ever thinking down that way, but you pushed it that way. Of course, Belgium does have 3 minutes now to decide who they want to send out as the reverse killer. But remember, after Desro, there's Huck, Scarlet, and then a revive of any of the 3. So this is a tall task ahead, and everyone here at the Old Gaming Studios picked Canada as a 4-0 or 4-1 win, pretty much. But it's a difficult time now for Team Belgium, and one of these 3, is it going to be Quentin, I suppose is probably the better way to say that. Huh?
Quentin.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah. Quentin Bataille.
Okay, well.
Say it.
Well, in English, it would be more like Quentin Bataille.
Quentin Bataille.
Quentin Bataille. Great teacher. Armax could be the captain.
Let's be honest. Can it really be anybody else than Armax here? I mean, great teacher had a decently close game against Desro. Maybe the closest game of all the 3. I don't think it's going to be Ares after how it just went. That was pretty one-sided.
Yeah.
I think Armax is very likely great teacher, maybe. But in terms of having chances against the other players of Canada, I think Armax definitely would be the best one.
Armax makes the most sense for sure. Going to be a difficult one. Are you switching server, by the way? Just making sure you're on top of things. You need to go.
I'm not.
I think we need to go to a European server, right? Is it European or North American? I think it's
North
European
America.
now. Oh, is it Europe? America, sorry. Okay. Oh, that's really difficult too. Every game that Desro's played on Europe, he's won as well. So this is a great, way to finish this up because they now have to come over to his server. Very good start here from Canada, and it could be the first 4-0 we're going to see of the qualifiers so far.
Do you think he has what it takes? Do you think his balls will be deadly enough?
I think, absolutely. I think this is going to be a 4-0. That was my prediction at the beginning.
We haven't seen that much Protoss, to be honest, so far. Like, USA had 2 that we saw a little bit in action, but it's pretty cool to see a Protoss kind of like be running the show here. 12 seconds, here we go. Armax, Ares, or Great Teacher. Which is it going to be? I say Armax. Let's pray. It's Armax!
You're right.
All right.
Good job, Todd.
He wants his rematch in a game of Lurkers versus Disruptor, maybe here again, if we were to see something like that. We're going to be actually on Prion
I actually haven't really...
How do you say this map's name with like a proper British accent?
Prion Terraces. Oh
Prion
my god,
Terraces.
that t-shirt, so imber, must be nerfed. Just thought I'd show. And there's what is this, what, is that the mouse logo? Is it O Gaming logo? That is, right?
Can I look? Yeah.
It is, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm pretty
I'm
sure.
not sure.
Yeah, the mouse is the O Gaming logo.
I've seen this before. It looks similar to
It's no gaming t-shirt.
something that there is on the Iron Squid t-shirt.
Is it Iron Squid or O Gaming?
Let me check.
Which one is it? Come on, production team.
Yeah, it's so gaming.
Oh, it's the O Gaming.
Yeah, O Gaming logo is like a mouse. Yeah.
I wasn't sure which one it is. It's a pretty cool t-shirt. I've been wearing well, that's your BlizzCon t-shirt.
Yeah.
You got that BlizzCon.
It's a pretty nice shirt.
Yeah, it is.
It's black though, kind of makes a good highlight of how pale I am. You can see my veins.
I feel like it. Oh yeah. I feel like if I push you back, you're gonna be like George Clooney out of Gravity, man. You just like disappear into the background. No. No. All right, so we're loading in now to what could be the last game of the first match here today. We have 3, of course. And coming up next is going to be Brazil versus Switzerland, which I'm actually looking forward to. Of course, we have our good friend Diego Swimmer as the captain. And we'll see how well he can do and lead his team.
The most German of Brazilians.
Yeah, the most German of Brazilians. But here we have
what could be, as mentioned in the last game, can Desro ace out Belgium and eliminate them from the qualifiers? Down here in the bottom right-hand side as the blue Protoss player, it is the Panda Man himself, it's Desro, and playing excellent so far.
Yeah, absolutely. His opponent starting in the top left-hand side, playing as the red Zerg. It is R-Max. Take notes, Funka.
Jeez.
I told Funka to watch out. Like, enough is enough. It's time to put him in his place.
Well, this is a good map for our Max in the way it depends on, you know, the funkiness. Love you, Funka. That he wants to put into this match, right? Because there's double goal base. This is a pretty tricky and technical map because of this. Whether it's 3 gold bases, whether it's a 2 base all-in based off the gold base.
Maybe Desro, though, he can do something a little bit more aggressive and crazy. I mean, he's up 3-0. At this point, he's already done his job, you know? Like, if he were to lose here, it wouldn't be the biggest of deals. Like, Huck and Scarlet wouldn't be like, God damn it, like, can you do something for us? Like, he's already done a fantastic job. So maybe try something a little bit more aggressive this time around rather than just going for disruptors. At the same time, though, he's definitely done very well with them. It's actually been pretty impressive and inspiring, which out of Desro has not always been the case for me, Apollo, necessarily. You know, not to say anything bad or like that, but, you know, in Legacy of the Void, I wasn't sure of how good he was going to be, and so far he's definitely impressed me.
He's playing well, and he's enjoying himself. He did tweet after he won the first couple of games that he's enjoying and loves playing in Nation Wars. And everybody that plays, win or lose in Nation Wars, really, really enjoys it. So hopefully you guys at home are as well. Here comes a pro from Desro. Sees the drone transfer, so knows that he's playing against the goal base.
Yeah, it's nice to spot it this early because then you know how much better the Zerg economy is going to be in general, and you can start adjusting your play if you want to play grittier yourself, if you want to play more aggressive.
Yeah.
And in this case, Desro, he's already walled off very nicely. If he wants, he can go for something like an Adept plus a Mothership Core to try and rush a little bit to do some damage.
I mean, if you were Desro right now, would you be more concerned about potential aggression because of the the influxed economy that Desro has? I mean, Armax has, or would you be more concerned about being aggressive yourself?
I'd be more concerned about the economic game. I think if Zerg is aggressive here, it will be down the line just because Armax went not for just the gold, but for an additional base. So it will take him a very long time to actually get units out to attack.
So more about your own aggression.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I really like that actually he goes for a quick robo once again. I mean, Desro's done really well with the Disruptor, so I think he's going to continue here with that trend. Look, already taking the double gas here on his natural. He just loves that unit, and he does very well with it, to be honest. He made it look very good, which is not always easy. Personally, I use Disruptor, and I barely ever hit anything.
Well, there is the robotics bait. Nice and early down now for Desro. Of course, unlocks the Disruptor tech. And even a good poke at the front door here.
And this time he starts the Warp Prism as the Robo Bay begins, so it's going to be some harassment.
Zergling did poke up and see the robotics facility, which is a good scout there from Armax. Instantly starts thinking about the possibilities that Desro can go for. Has decided to place down a Roach Warren at the back.
It's funny actually for Zerg to be in this situation because Armax knows that this is most likely for something like, I mean, you don't really have Soul Trains anymore. Some Protosses will get Immortals in the third base, but you need to be worried about some kind of War Prism play just because he's so strong now. And Disruptor, so what's one of the quickest anti-airs that you can get other than Queens?
The
Ravagers. But if he gets that and then they get blown up, he's going to be in so much trouble because Disruptor supposedly hard counters the Ravagers.
That's right, and even Warp Prism speed now being upgraded for Desro, so he's really investing into this. A couple of gateways for support after, and I'm sure he'd be more than likely looking at a third base while doing this harassment. Seems to be the style and overall strategy and plan that Desro's taken into today's games. And now Armax needs to have a good plan. He's building one Spine Crawler to assist if this is going to be perhaps Adepts or some form of other gateway play. But as we know and can see, here we go. Desro's balls at it again.
Gravity Drive actually is going to be super important as well in helping.
Yeah.
Once that Warp Prism has speed, it's just going to be incredibly fast. It's hardly ever going to get caught. And I don't think we have Hydra Den that started just yet. It's being delayed quite a bit here by Armax, who's placing units in every single base to defend against the Warp Prism.
Oh, here we go.
Hello.
First hit comes in, and that's a pretty decent one. 3 to start with.
Game pause.
Desro pauses to let this rub in a little bit. He's like, I killed 3.
I'm going to let that soak in. Hold on. Ah, it's in now. Let's go.
I'll be back.
See. 10 seconds to let Armax think about how much that hurt. And the double countdown from both.
Not awkward at all.
Not awkward.
He's going to be going for his own gold base here, which makes a lot of sense.
Look at Armax, though. He's building a lot of units.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, Desro has been playing very aggressive in general. You know,
Yeah.
earlier today, Lil Bo played against Jadon, and he played very aggressive with Blink Stalkers.
Oh, 10 drones been
Oh my
killed. Look at
God.
that. I see on the left-hand side
Yeah.
here. 10 drones. Dangerous got inside the main base with the Disruptor again, but you
Yeah.
go back to your point.
Lil Bo, was playing very aggressive with Blink Stalkers and sometimes with Disruptors as well. Now, already having a War Prism out on the map, that means he's going to be able to reinforce so easily. But looks like Armax wants to go for his own kind of attack
But
here
what
with
happens if
Zergling's
Desro brings
Roaches.
back his Disruptor?
Then he's going to blow up everything?
I guess so, but he's going to continue to get into the mineral line. Doesn't look like the Disruptor was quite ready then. Oh, there it is.
Merry Christmas.
Desro!
12 more drones.
He's killed about 30 drones in this game just from that single Desro ball. And now...
You started
I can't
something
stop it.
really
And here
bad.
comes another one. Desro! Oh my gosh!
He kills so much Zergling's
Rip
Roaches.
headphone users as Desro's absolutely annihilating this. He's looking at an all-kill against Belgium. He comes back with his original one as well for another hit. And can anybody stop this guy? Apparently not, as Desro is killing it. This is a cleanup.
Yeah, he's absolutely smashing through this attack here. Armax lost about everything that he had. He's 25 walkers behind. He's got quite a bit
An
of army.
all-kill! The
Oh,
first
Desro.
all-kill of NationWars 3 goes to Canada, goes to Desro.
About 4 times the
4-0.
man Nathanias is.
He is 4 times. Oh, that's mean. I was going to compete and continue with what you said, but 4-0 for Desro. A big result there. Congratulations to Canada. Congratulations to Desro. They go through to play the winners of our next match, which is going to be Brazil versus Switzerland. But D-Ro killed it.
My man.
My man.
No better way to say it. He's come a long way. You know, Desro is one of those players that you used to, I guess, kind of consider to be not that great and kind of like a streamer that can't really compete. And then he took things to the next level. Went to South Korea, practiced a ton, qualified for WCS Premier League, got some amazing results for some time. He's been on and off. Always kind of streamed though. He's been very consistent over the years, and now all of that practice is paying off. He's doing pretty well.
It's great here. Huck and Scarlet not even needed to help combat Belgium as Desro clears up all by himself. And that puts them in a great position to try and qualify for NationWars 3. Not over yet. Of course, Canada was a top 8 performer from NationWars 2. And as you can see now, updated, we have the bracket, as Canada now await one of either Brazil or Switzerland, which is just around the corner, in hopes to be the 14th nation joining the Ukraine, which was the 13th, along with all of the invited teams that are now ready to play on the 3rd. And mark that in your calendar. The 3rd of December is when Group A starts of NationWars main tournament. Of course, we have 2 more days of qualification around the corner as well. Tomorrow and Sunday, will be more awesome games. As you can see here, a lot more of the info that you need to remember. So we
Take a
have,
screenshot.
Take a screenshot, print it, put it on your wall, so you know all of the important dates for NationWars 3, going all the way from the beginning of Group A, which is set on the 3rd of December, all the way through to the new year, 2016, where the grand finals will be on the 13th of January. It's going to be in Paris, that's for sure. Location will be revealed on Sunday, the 22nd of November, and hopefully, some of you close to France and Paris can travel over and join us at the live venue. It's going to be cool.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool, the reveal of not just the groups, but the venue as well. Those groups are going to be pretty stacked.
You know what it is, and you're quite excited.
Yeah. As everybody should.
saw your smile.
Gaming always delivers.
Yeah.
If you've been to NationWars, Iron Squid, any of their events, they always pick the most epic of venues and put on some of the most epic shows out there in esports. So I cannot wait, man.
I remember watching Iron Squid, especially the one with Nesty,
and MMA.
Yeah.
That was
Iron
nuts.
Squid
That was
2.
nuts. Yeah.
The first one was with MMA. The second one was with
With
Nesty,
Nesty.
Don Gregu, Life, and Marine King.
That was nuts.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
The orchestra
The
intro.
orchestra,
I think
yeah.
I rewatched like 50 times on
It's
YouTube. The whole
so
intro.
sick. And then, of course, Nation Wars 2 was something very, very, very special. I remember watching the French stream over the English one, just of how epic it actually was. And hopefully Nation Wars 3, and I'm sure it will be, as Old Gaming, as you said, do deliver, is going to be just as awesome. So that is on the 13th of January in 2016. Hopefully you guys can come, and I'm sure all tickets and all that stuff will be released down the line once the venue and everything is announced. In a minute, we're going to be going over to our winner's interview with D-Row.
I hope he speaks more French. That was amazing earlier. Like, you know, there's this accent about Quebec people that just
I know,
we
it
love.
was really weird. It was like a... I don't know the best way to describe it. It was just a funky French accent. Does it sound really weird for you when you listen to the French? Really weird, right?
Yeah.
Because it sounds a bit off for me. It's a funny accent. Huck doesn't speak French, right? Pretty sure.
No. Huck is...
But he has the Laurent Jane.
Yeah, he's like a fake French.
Laurent J. Looking forward to this next match, actually. This next match is going to be very competitive between Brazil and Switzerland. Switzerland is captained by Penguin, which I'm sure you've seen hereabouts at Home Story Cup and seen him in other tournaments. Of course, My Insanity. What did you call him earlier? Or is that for, I guess you can talk about that a little bit later on when you cast him.
Sick tones.
And of course, our good friend Diego Swimmer is going to be captaining Team Brazil. And I'm looking forward to that because Brazil has always been a very strong nation in StarCraft, and they'll have their chance to compete today and hopefully do well in the main tournament.
Yeah, Brazil, actually, they were pretty good at Warcraft 3 as well. So just doing well in RTS in general, seems like.
Nation Wars uniting the global scene of StarCraft 2. I'm not too sure how long the winner's interview is, and I don't want to talk forever and ever, and I might get told off. So I'm going to keep it a little bit shorter and wait for that to be called.
Desro right now, he cannot pick up the call on Sky because he's stuck in a my man that never ends.
He's just running around in circles in his room until he actually gets tired and sits back down again to do the Skype
Mom,
interview.
Dad!
Mom, Dad!
I won for Canada.
4-0! I won for Canada! All right, son, thanks. I'm trying to watch TV.
Can you walk the dog already? You know he's got a dog. His dog's name is Monsieur.
Desro. All right, sounds like the winner's interview is ready, so we're going to go over to our famous brown couch.
So much, boys. It was a really great game and such an amazing performance by Desro. Like, I mean, we can talk a lot about Scarlett and Huck's performance in the future, but right now, Desro, man, he was amazing.
Say hello, hello.
Hello,
Hello, everybody.
Are we good now?
Everything
Okay,
is good? Okay. You're a star, Desro, now. It's Disruptor, because everybody say 4-0, he said he will be the same of Nathanias? No, sorry. You didn't do the same. You destroy everybody. Je suis Belge. It's time to say that, because he destroyed all Belgium. I think in 14 fois, another time, please. And now I think they're a big team. Desro, Huck, and Scarlett, I think. Who can beat them?
Yeah, that's a really good thing. I mean, even Desro just showed us that he can deliver. We know that Hawk and Scarlett in that kind of situation, they can be decisive and everything, but now Desro showed us that he can actually win games and even win clan wars by himself. So that's a really impressive feat. While we're waiting on the interview to be set up, how is going on? How did the French stream enjoy these games? Were you guys really hyped about Desro killing everybody right there?
Yeah. It was so amazing. We said, yeah, he will win 1-0, 2, perhaps 2, but he destroyed everybody, and we say he played very well. He play a lot Legacy of the Void, so we know he's one of the best of this group of the player. And we don't know. We're speaking about Scarlett. She's playing very well, a lot. We didn't know, and we didn't know her now because I don't know if she will play in this tournament.
You think he can actually take everybody from Switzerland or Brazil?
I think Desro will play and Huck after, and after it's finished.
Okay.
I think
so Scarlett is not gonna even show in a.
You can sleep if you want. You can you can sleep now, Scarlett. It's okay. I think if they do the same. Yeah, they can win the game and win the group with Huck and Desro.
Okay, Desro, are you here?
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, Desro is here, and even Huck is here. First of all, congratulations, Desro. That was
Thank you.
That was really good. I can't say that nobody was surprised today. I think we kind of anticipated that you could get one game or even two, as Moment said, but you just all killed. How do you feel?
It was pretty great. I was worried because RMAX is GM, so I was worried going into game 2. But when I saw the lurkers, I was really worried. But it worked out. Everything worked out. And then the PvP, I thought I was a little bit slow and outmatched, but I had great disruptor hits, so I was really happy about that.
Yeah, you're the disruptor master, man. I think out of the numerous games that I casted on Legacy of the Void, you've been playing the disruptor like really in an exciting way and dropping everywhere, getting the warp prism speed. Really happy about that. You know that Robo Bay is not doing anything anyway, so just get warp prism speed. I'm really happy about the way you played.
Yeah, and I want to give a little shout out to Lilbo this morning for beating Jadong. That last build was taken right from him when I watched it this morning. So.
Okay, fair enough. We'll tell him. Moment.
I got a question for Huck. What do you think about you about Desro? What he destroyed everybody. You didn't play. So what is going on in your head?
I don't know. I guess I'm thankful. I get like a small break to look over VODs and just chill and relax. Other than that, it's a little surprising, I guess. Not that I obviously don't think he's bad, and I think we're very favored against them, but him to sweep, especially against that GM player, was kind of impressive, and I hope he can do the same against Brazil or Switzerland. That would be nice. Although we don't know actually if we're going to send him first or not, but I'm happy that he's doing well.
Okay, good thing. Not revealing any infos yet. Speaking about that, who do you think is better between Brazil and Switzerland? Who do you expect you're going to play in the last match?
I want to say Brazil, just like off of the back of Killazur, but I think it's like very top heavy, right? I think Killazur's like he's either going to stomp through Switzerland or Switzerland has like a more balanced lineup where a lot of the players are kind of more evenly skilled. So it's hard to say. They can take out Killazur, obviously. I think Switzerland's going to win. But if Killazur does what he plans to do, then he should just all kill Switzerland by himself.
Okay.
I got one question. How is the level of Scarlet? She play a lot? She play a little? Nothing?
I think she's played a decent amount. I know that, like last night, for example, she played No Regret. Not many people are familiar with No Regret, but he's actually really high placed on both GM ladders, EU and NA, so I think he's in pretty good condition, especially with the state of Zerg right now. And Scarlet played against him last night. I'm pretty sure she beat him, and she's had a really good record and done really well on ladder, although I don't know what her IDs are. This is just from, other people saying and her saying, so I think she's actually in pretty good condition.
That's actually interesting. She's not even telling you her ID.
I didn't ask her.
Huh?
I didn't ask her either. I don't
okay.
really care, to be honest. Either way, I think Canada will have a pretty strong lineup. I'm not even looking at this qualifier. I'm just looking at the main season in top 4 at Paris.
So you're looking past every single team in your bracket for qualifiers.
Yeah, obviously.
Okay, fair enough. I like it. Desro, do you have a word for gaming in general? If you want to do it in French, obviously you can do it if you feel like it.
Merci beaucoup de regarder. Un truc que j'aime vraiment au gaming, c'est toutes les photos qu'ils prennent du monde qui regarde leur stream dans leur salon ou dans leur chambre. Je trouve ça vraiment interactif. Puis honnêtement, là, props, parce que vous avez 2 streams qui run, français et anglais. Vous êtes vraiment une des meilleures maisons de production. Ben, on est vraiment chanceux de vous avoir dans la scène de Starcraft.
Merci
Thank
beaucoup.
you a lot. Merci
Thanks
beaucoup.
Thanks a lot, Desro. Thanks a lot, Huck, for answering our questions. And once again, congratulations for that all kill and going through that first round. Good luck against either Switzerland or Brazil, even though you don't really care about them. So just enjoy this win, and we'll see you later.
Okay, ciao, ciao.
So yeah, you've heard from the guy. Desro is really happy. Huck doesn't really care about anybody from that qualifier bracket, I'd like to remind you guys that if you want to interact with us on Twitter, just use the hashtag NW3, stands for NationWars3, obviously. If you followed, don't hesitate to take pictures of you with the setup you're looking the stream at. Like right now we're sitting in a pretty cool couch with a huge ass TV. We're gonna take a picture out of it, but you can do it yourself in your house. And just, you know, show us how you watch NationWars3, hashtag NW3. You can actually use the at NationWars SC2 also if you want our people from communication to actually find the tweets way easier. Moment, do you have anything else to say?
Yeah, something for the stream French. N'oubliez pas qu'on va relancer directement sur le tableau des castes français, contrairement aux anglais. Donc on se rejoint tout de suite. Et and you, my friend, and I love you, everybody.
Yes, and for the English stream, obviously we're going to go into a break, and we go back with Switzerland versus Brazil. Stay tuned.
Stay here.